Okay, so I am in the midst of putting a lot of decals on this big kit. Huge kit. And as much as I hate putting on decals, there is a great satisfaction when you do it, especially if you try to figure it out. Sometimes, you know, when you have model kits that come with decals, the instructions tells you where to put it, and then there are those that doesn't have it, and then you have to figure it out, try to make sense of it all. And using these decal sheet from Haiku is working out pretty well for me. For those of you who don't know, this is the line decal 2 for Mecha Model Custom Up Silver from Haiku Parts. Don't know if there's a number here. Here we go. Line D02-SIL 600. And as you can see in the sheet here, you have solids in various lengths. Then you have like a line like that, but with a box around it. Then you have it without the box. And then you have these, which I really like. I have been pulling it, using a tray to wet it, of course. And these decals are like the other decals that I've gotten from USA Gundam store, where it's just you cut, you wet, and then after like about a minute it'll come off the sheet. If you use Gundam decals, you got to give it a good 5 minutes, but about maybe 2-3 minutes, unless of course you have warm water, very warm water, and it'll solidify faster or remove from the paper. And with that, I've been having, you know, spending a lot of time putting on the decals on some of the parts. For example, here is this foot that I put the strips on. A little bumper here. Some markings on the side. Didn't put nothing up here yet. But then you have all this here as it goes around. You see? You have parts here, there. I try to mix them up here and there. And then obviously when I get to the silver parts, I was using some of the black decals, but they're so small you can barely see them. Like you have one there, you have one here and here. The areas here, this area, some markings. Yeah, I mean, in all due fairness, if these were huge or much more larger decals, maybe for 1/100 scale, it would be perfect. But I think these were specifically for 1/44 scale. 1/100 you probably get away with on this type of part. Another one is the the waist unit, which I finished up a moment ago, and this came out really nice. Now, hold on a second, let me try to get the lighting here a bit. Putting a combination of both this decal here all over the place and some markings from other kits. This is from the Zeta Z Gundam decals, which of course, as mentioned, this decal is really good. Once you put it in the water, after a minute, after like less than a minute, you can remove it and apply it. But the Gundam decals takes a lot longer, at least so close to 5 minutes, unless you have warm water. But I can't go to the kitchen and warm up water every time I want to use them, so I gotta wait, unfortunately. And then of course applying them using in conjunction with the microset setting solutions for decals. I accidentally dropped this, and it was like up to here. Now it's down to here because I made a mess here, and not only the mess, but it's also smelly, very smelly. Not smelly as in toxic, smelly as in very annoying. And fortunately, I still have enough, and hope to have enough for at least a few more model kits. But yeah, like this one, I use this part here for that. I use the same ones over there, and I actually have a sheet here, which I'm going to be utilizing on the arm, which I just finished putting on a strip here, strip here, strip here. Now the one thing about this kit is obviously it's round, it's a lot of curvature, and these are straight. And if they're straight, they're good for like straight, areas that can be straight. If you have something in a curve, don't expect the decal to conform with it. And I try to use that microset to see if I can melt it up a bit, but I was like kind of like risking it. I didn't want to damage it. So that's something that I didn't want to do. I still got more decals that I'm going to detail up on this arm. And in case you guys want to see this, there's this guy. I put the solids on this one, and I put decals here and here. Not all over the place, because in reality this is going to be covered up by the wings and the backpack, so you're not going to see anything back there. It's going to be covered up. But I put all this here. Then I had these little triangle ones that I had left over from IBO kits, so I put them around there, here. The shoulder part is another one that I had to put some markings here. You know, this is a lot of real estate here for a marking, but I didn't have anything that would be definitive for it. Not even like a kanji or, you know, big numbers or anything like that. I have that number set. And I know somebody sent me an email that there's something that you put on for the jet scrambly, whatever the hell you call it. But I'm not gonna, go crazy over that. So yeah, this is gonna take some time with not only the arms and now, oh yeah, once I'm done with the arms, because pretty much the legs are done, the waist are done, I get to do the arms. Then I gotta do this entire area, which I haven't figured out yet. So I don't want to use these guys yet, because all this will be on this to give it a good detail and stuff. So yeah, this is a lot of work for this, especially as big as. But now I'm gonna have to look into getting another one of this. This is actually really good decals. HiQ makes some great decals, and using this pretty much knocks it out of the park. I thought I had. I do remember purchasing those mecha decals that Tim from Child of Mecha promoted and is selling at USA Gundam. I can't find it, unfortunately. I think I know where it is. I just haven't been looking, because I said, you know what, what I got right now should be good enough. But there's one thing that I do have to remember next time, because even though I have a lot of decals, there are black, blue, red, pink, and all that stuff. The one color that I would definitely need would be white, because when you have like dark kits, whether it's a green, black, blue, or red background, you definitely want something to show off strikingly from white. Like for example, like this one, these are silver, so this will show off. White will show off. Black will show off. But any of the lighter pigmentation of a decal will blend in. It's kind of hard to see this because it's silver, and if this was white, that would be perfect. But I used the black because I didn't want to utilize the white, because I wanted to use on that one. So I have to look into the possibility of buying more white decals, something that will benefit with me on this. I know HiQ makes a lot. I believe Wave does as well, so I'm going to check those out if I ever get my hands on them, and if restrictions are lifted for delivery. Yeah, let's continue on, because I want to finish this up and I want to show you what this kit looks like fully assembled. And here it is, the 1/60 scale Mazinger Z Infinity version. It is now fully painted, decaled, and gloss coated. Let's take a closer look in a few moments, but here's an overall look of its scale and size. And I decided for this ending presentation, give it a little natural lighting here. I forgot that at this time of the day, this time in the morning, with the sun hitting it, looks really good. Actually, the sun's a little higher up, but still, you can't beat some natural lighting. Let's look at it a little closely now. Begin with the head, of course. The detail there. Nice and silvery. Put those little decals. Some of these decals that you see here are a combination of the IBO decals and the those strips, those high-Q decal strips that I picked up from Hobbyland Japan. The shine is beautiful on this with the metal black. I thought that because when I was going to paint the black parts, I thought it was going to be just regular black, but when I saw how well the metal black came out, it looks really awesome. I'm very pleased with it. There's the part of the waist unit. There's the decals there on the chest. Now I put decals there on the silver parts. You could probably barely see it, and it's very difficult for like either black decals to show unless it's a larger decal image. If it was white, perfectly enough, that would be great. But then, no, that's wrong, because I would have put these on there, and they would have been blended into the to this. So maybe that would have not been a good case. If I had red, like heavy red decals, maybe that would have been great. The waist unit came out nice. I really like how it came out with the placement of the decal. These decals right here, these little two ones, that's actually from the from the master grade Zeta Gundam version Kentucky, especially there. The legs, here are the thigh armor, the thighs, or yeah, thighs. Again, some bigger parts like red tones definitely look good through silver. Then of course you have the massive legs, which takes up a lot of real estate there with the decals. This one I was, trying to get this perfectly on, as you can see. And then there's the feet. Feet looks nice. And we have the back area there. Now, as you see these, I actually started to hand paint some silver inside, and I kind of messed it up. So I decided to just paint those inside. I'm going to probably retouch them up again. I didn't want to mess the paint job, so I just used what I had and stopped, and I said, you know what, I need to get, because I saw zakuaurelius' build, he was using enamel paints, and I think if I can get myself some enamel silver, that would probably be better on this, because then that would be easier for me to wipe out, wipe off. All I have is acrylic and lacquer, and I don't want to damage the blue on this. I don't want to mask it either, so that's another thing. Here's the back of the waist unit right there. And then the back part of the head, the body. I mean, I didn't put that much other than those here that you could see, because it's going to be covered up with the massive wings. And then the arms is another thing. That came out really nice. Yeah, this came out awesome. I am glad that I was able to figure out the process of the Alclad to indigo blue. Oops. There you go. Of the indigo blue. So I'm glad that this came out the way I wanted it, the way it's supposed to. Unfortunately, I wish I could revisit that master grade Justa. Obviously, if I ever get my hands on the Justa again, I will do a different color tone. I'm not going to do metallic. And I know none of you guys like metallics when I do metallics, but considering how big and beautiful this kit is, I would definitely like to. I thought to myself, yes, this can be metallic. This looks good in that. So I'm very happy with how it came out with all this detail and all this stuff. Hope you guys liked it too. Alright, so with that, there was something else I wanted to show off. I already painted off the hand, one of the hands. I didn't put decals on it because I didn't have enough to simulate the same thing. But the other issue is, I don't know where the other hand is. I'm looking all over for it, and I said, wait a minute, I just lost something this big? It has to be here somewhere. And I haven't even painted it yet, but at least if I find it, I'll just repeat the same process, and then I'll have the open hands. And maybe if I get my hands on these decals again, I'm definitely retouching it up again. So, unfortunately, I only have one of this. So, yeah, that's 1 point off of me. And, yeah, I could have detailed the insides, but I think, that's fine. No big deal. Now, here are the wings, and this one's also been decaled up on the reds. Putting on all this here, for it, all that. On this area here, and this area here. Didn't put no decals on the gold. I think that's not necessary. Maybe I could have done it on the wing right there. But I did gloss coat it. So now I just need to take this, put it in here, put that there. And like I mentioned before, I painted it again, the gold again, so it's nice and shiny a bit, a little bit more, it's a lot better than it was before. And there we go. Now, clearly, a big boy like this does not need a stand. It pretty much stands on its own. And it looks really awesome. Especially with all this detail that you can see here. Check that out. That's actually nice. Very nice. I must admit, I don't think Bandai's going to do another one like this specifically for, like, let's say the Great Mazinger or any of the other super robots that they may decide to make. I mean, it is a novelty, it is a cool idea, but unless the popularity is there and many people want it, you know, if you forgot to show this off, it's nicely painted build, so there you go. But unless there's a massive popularity of this for like other big scales, I don't think we're going to see something like that anytime soon. I mean, granted, it's a popular mech, and if somebody's going to say, "Oh, what about Gundam?" Well, guess what? We have that already. We have perfect grades. We have mega scale size. This one was came in at a right time where, you know, people are hopefully enjoying building this and making this up. I've seen people online, other than of course myself and Zach, where some guy actually is putting LED lights in the actual clear parts here, so it simulates the beam effect, or, you know, the chest effect attack that it does in the anime. Obviously he put better lighting on the eyes. I still have the battery pack, the LED pack that came with this, which I haven't put it on yet, but I don't have batteries, and I have to. I just ordered it. I'm waiting for it to arrive, so that way maybe I'll put them on later on. So, regardless, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, and I'm glad that I had these decals, because otherwise this would have been so. It would look so weird with small little decals. The strips were perfect enough for this. I wish I had more, to tell you the truth. I'll just detail the whole thing up, which I just did right now. I think the only thing I'm kind of like disappointed is I didn't do the detail of the arms and the legs, like in the crevices, like what Zach did. He did an amazing job, and obviously he has work in progress 2. I believe the work in progress 3 will be the final. I don't know when it will come out, but I would recommend keep following his channel and watching his completed build. But mine's done. Mine's done. I think I redeemed myself with the LED, with the metallic silvery stuff, and I actually put decals on metallic parts, so that's a first for me. If I ever find some more decals that will fit the build, since it's nice and shiny, I'll definitely put some stuff like around the head here. I would have loved to put something here, but the shine on this is so perfect I don't want to ruin it, you know? I don't. Let's flip it around so you guys can see the back end. Yeah, this is really nice how it looks. And of course it has that foldable thing where you gotta do this, and then you fold it up like that. Fold it up like this. I believe that's how it is. So that way, you know. But that's a gimmick, which in reality not many people are gonna do. But fair enough. We just leave it the way it is, like that. And I use, oh, in case you guys are wondering what I used, where the heck is it? I just had it here a minute ago. I used the premium top coat, but this is the flat. I used the gloss on this one. Give a nice spray, nice coverage, nice shiny look to it. Awesome. Very, very awesome. I would say this is okay for me to bring it to a competition like, let's say, MosquitoCon in August. What do you guys think? Maybe it would be a good idea to do something like that? Yeah, maybe I'll bring it. And one last thing, this is a new shelf that I put up, so this will be the final resting place of the Mazinger. Let me just put it right here. I think I'm going to have to probably put it up against the wall because right now it's taking up a lot of real estate right there. But that should be nice and perfect, and I have enough space for other kits, like, let's say, oh, I don't know, the Penelope, which finally has a nice place also. Put it right next to that. Of course, this is a big mobile suit as well, but I'm trying to do this with one hand. Alright, I'll fix you up later on. And of course, my recently built reactive armor VF1 OS. But there it is. Nice and big and tall. Alright. That was fun. It was, unfortunately, took a little longer than I expected, but if I wanted to get it done right, I had to get it done right. I know many people say I'm too fast. Well, that's what I am, you know. I'm too fast to build kits, but at least it works sometimes. Sometimes, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys really liked this massively long time build of the 1/60th scale Mazinger Z. I had fun with this, and that was the whole purpose of this, was to have fun. I know that Zach is having fun with his kit as well, and I can't wait to see the final results. With that being said, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching, and what can I say but stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys all have a great day.